My name is Kat, and I work with Ocean Diagnostics. Ocean Diagnostics is an environmental impact company that focuses on microplastics and biodiversity. Our mission is to empower researchers, the public, and students to help fill the data gaps that we need to tackle microplastic pollution and biodiversity loss. We created a tool that was designed for educators with educators called the Microplastics Educational Toolkit. This toolkit is used to introduce middle and high school students to microplastic pollution and teach them how to use scientific data to tackle the issue. It's a fully STEAM-based kit, which means it's rooted in science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. Before you set up in the classroom or field, the first step is going through the suggested lesson plans and teaching goals to help do prompt discussion, explore student learning outcomes, or support guided learning. The guide includes everything you need for an afternoon activity up to an entire semester's worth of content. Sampling for microplastics in the field is a great way to get outside, apply nature-based learning, and connect with the local beaches, lakes, or rivers in your area. It's also a great way to understand why scientific protocols are important and to help students develop the skills to conduct the scientific method. We've made sure that outdoor sampling is optional, as we know not everyone has access to a sandy beach like I do, so I'll show you how to sample in the classroom as well. So we're here at the high tide line, which is the best place to sample for microplastics. I've made a quadrat, and we're going to shovel the top 2 centimeters of sand into our sieve so that we can extract microplastics. If you don't have access to a sandy beach like I do, we've provided all the instructions to be able to sample like a scientist would, but right in your classroom. Hands-on experiments like this are great for students to learn about the scientific method and the skills needed for sampling, like collaboration, critical thinking, and environmental awareness, while making it fun and engaging for them. After you've collected and cleaned your microplastics, it's time to analyze them. In front of me is our super smart automated imaging system, which is called Saturna. Saturna is so smart because it's able to instantly pick up 13 different data parameters of each piece of plastic, including area, color, circularity, and much more. Collecting data like this is very important because it shows us what type of microplastics are most common along our beaches, and that helps to educate the public and decision makers on the impacts of microplastics. Understanding what data is, how to collect it, and how to communicate it is an important skill, whether you're an educator, engineer, or artist. In step 4, microplastics get placed on the background sheet so that Saturna is able to pick them up easier. The shroud then gets placed over Saturna so that the light can be concentrated and it's able to pick up the QR code placed in the middle of the background sheet and then send the data to our computer. It's great that we've collected these microplastics and this data, but we also want to know what kind of microplastics are they. I'm going to use our data interpretation guide so that we can determine what kind of larger plastic this might have come from, or if it's pre-production plastic. It's important to categorize our recovered microplastics so that we're able to see the frequency, or how much, of each piece we've collected. This gives us clues into what the most common sources are and how to brainstorm questions, discussions, and solutions to reduce them. We've collected our microplastics, analyzed the data using the Saturna imaging system, and categorized them, so it's time to communicate our results. You don't just have to be a scientist to sample, collect, and communicate data. There are many different ways to engage your community in environmental issues like microplastics. It could be a beach cleanup, social media campaign, art piece, or engineering design project. Whether you're at the beach, in the classroom, or out in the wild, learning about microplastics data and the environment is an easy, fun, and most importantly, great real-world learning opportunity. The Microplastics Educational Toolkit includes the tech, tools, and activities to engage and empower students for an afternoon up to an entire semester. Introduce your students to STEAM, help them develop skills, and engage them in creating solutions for the future. To learn more, head to our website or check us out on social media.